Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hello.
Transition. Okay. All right. I don't know. There's like a filter. And I don't know how to take it off, child.
I see the filter. I'm like, okay, that
I
girl
did
gave
not
herself a
put
whole
it on. I
filter.
promise. I don't know how to take it off, but we're just gonna roll with the punches. All right, y'all.
We made it. We made it. We made it, sis.
We did. We made it. We made it. All right, y'all. Welcome. Welcome. My name is Chanel, and I'm the host tonight.
And I'm Kia, and I'm your co-host for tonight.
All right, and tonight we have a special guest by the name of Chance, as many of y'all may have known. So we're going to go ahead and bring him up so we can go ahead and hop into introductions. One moment. And also, y'all, welcome to Live and Unfiltered.
Yes. How are y'all feeling the name? Let us know. Okay. Is it letting you add them?
Yeah. Chance, send me another request so I can pull you up, please.
I'm excited. I have not been on IG Live in so long, so I'm like, it's not that new. It's not that different from Facebook, but just a little bit.
I'm waiting for Chance. He gotta pop right in. It just says to
my
it's
thing
not letting
is still
me.
stuck. The notification Chanel has invited you to co-host their live video is just stuck on my screen. I can't swipe it away. I'm like,
Okay,
go
so
away.
It says it's not letting me. Okay, it says report removed from live, block, pin, comment, unfollow, add as a moderator. So
am I a moderator?
I think so. It says remove from live video. Okay, Chance, go out and come back in, and then try adding me that way, and then we'll go from there.
Do you want me to share this? It says share this video so they can.
Yes,
or no?
You can
Start sharing it. Okay,
yeah.
let me see. Just sharing it with my peoples.
Okay, so let me see if he. Okay, maybe I could do add. He said I sent it. Okay, let me click and see. It says let me see. Go down here. What is?
I hope people are okay with me sending them this video.
Okay, it says invite. All right, Chance, I've sent you an invite. So hopefully all you got to do is accept it and you should pop right on.
Because I'm tired of
accept you, but it was letting me. All right, there we go. Hi,
Yay,
Chance.
hi. Happy Tuesday.
Welcome in. All right. So to start off the night, I do have a drink here. What are you sipping on tonight, Kia?
Nothing at all because I was just trying to make it here tonight. So I didn't have time to make a drink, but drink for me.
All right. Well, I'm sipping on some strawberry Stella Rosa or something like that. But anyways, y'all, we're going to go ahead and hop into the live. So as y'all can see, we have our special guest, Chance. And Chance, we want to start off with a little icebreaker, kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, like a little day-to-day, being an author, a writer, an actor, anything you feel like you want to, say to the people just to introduce yourself. Go ahead.
All right, for sure. The name is Chancellor K Jackson. Born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. Attended Stetson University where I met these fine ladies right here. Lived in China for a little bit after college. Ended up writing a book about my experience out there. It did very, very well on Amazon. Wrote and published 2 more books, and now have my own publishing company. I coach people through the writing and publishing process. I'm also a football coach high school football out here in Georgia. I still work in education. I rent cars out on Turo. I just running a couple of different marathons trying to get established. That's it.
Okay.
Awesome. That's nice, y'all. He's a man with many hats. I know that's right.
Why do we say the same? We literally do the same thing. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's great. So thank y'all for everyone that's coming in. Right now we're doing introductions, and we're going to go ahead and hop into the first question. So this first question does have 2 parts. The first part is, what led you to become an author?
Just my experience in China. So I landed my first job in China teaching English to kids. So I moved to Beijing in October 10th, 2018. I was out there for 6 months. I was supposed to do a year before things went left, and I was locked up abroad out there and served 14 days in the Beijing penitentiary. So just going through that experience, I knew I wanted to do something with the story. I had no clue how I was going to go about sharing it with the masses until one of my good friends, DeMarco Reddins, he was a published author before we graduated high school. And he put the bug in my ear like, hey, bro, you didn't think about writing a book about the experience? I was like, shit, well, that's a good-ass idea.
Right.
I don't even know where to start, but that's a good idea. He took it even further, took my phone, went to my notes section, left me a 5-layer outline, and I just started filling it in. And from there, I caught a flow for how I wanted to tell the story, so I moved it from the notes on my phone to a Google Doc, and it took me 4 months to write the story, an additional 6 months just getting it ready for publishing. So
that's pretty good.
That's what sparked it. And the success from 14 Days in Beijing led to everything else.
So I have a question in regards to the book. How long did it take you to learn a little bit of basic Mandarin or whatever language it was you learned?
Once I got hired and I committed to it, I was like, they gave me a 3-month process. Well, the visa takes 3 months long just to get finalized. So within that 3 months, I was like, I'm going to take it upon myself to start learning some of this language because I don't want to be out there and not know anything.
Right.
So it's an app called Mango. It's a language learning app. You have a public library card. You use your library number. You can have full access to the app for free. So just food for thought for anybody out there.
Okay.
So I was just learning through the app.
Now,
just self-learning.
Was that a requirement or you just took it upon yourself?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
They said you can if you want to. If not, you'll be all right. For sure.
Just want to know what they're saying, huh?
At least be able to move and groove.
Okay, so the second part to the question was, has this always been an interest of yours or has an experience led you there? But basically you answered it. An experience has led you to you becoming an author. So you basically answered the second question.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Good job.
I mean, just to expand on that more, is like writing was never anything that was a passion, not even a strong suit. Like I don't remember writing essays like that or papers in high school at all. So when I got to college, it was a rude ass awakening. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the lower English classes just because I don't really know how to write for real. So I had to just catch up. And of course, my degree being in communication and media studies as a writing intensive course. So it was nothing but writing. So I just threw 1,000 reps, just got better at it. But I could tell a hell of a story for sure.
Well, I wrote a book in elementary school. I wrote it and published it. Kudos to me. I don't even know what the book was about. I don't know where the book is. But it was elementary. But yeah, I love that. I feel like sometimes it takes people going through like maybe a traumatic experience or maybe people who have had a hard life for them to write. So sometimes it takes going through some things that like get you to want to like write a book. So yeah.
No, facts. And everybody, I've met a lot of people, at least I've met a lot of people since I embarked on this journey that have always had aspirations of becoming an author since they were kids. And I was like, shit, my partner just gave me the idea. He really threw me an alley-oop, and I just slam dunked it. So, but with just my expertise, just knowledge I've gained thus far, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I definitely have a formula. So just all the game that I acquired, I would always give it back to anybody that's interested or intrigued in pursuing this field.
Okay, I love that.
Awesome. So the next question we're going to hop into is, can we expect any new books, acting, modeling, or anything in the near future? That's the first part of the question.
New books? I would say so. I'm sure I'm going to continue to go through things. I'm going to continue to put them on paper. So I'm sure I'll publish another book. I don't know when. I can't tell you that, but it'll definitely be another one coming in. Any aspiring authors out there that's looking to write and publish a book or already written and trying to publish, don't know how to do it, hey, tap in with your boy. Hey, I can walk you through it and make it a smooth process for sure. I've worked with 2 people already. They're both under my publishing company, and both of their books have went #1 as well. And they're
awesome.
So, yeah.
Shout out for that. And that was going to be the next question to follow up is there anyone in particular you want to collab with? If so, who, or any companies that you have that you want to voice, you can go ahead and do so.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely everybody that does read 14 Days in Beijing is like, man, I can see this being a movie. So that is.
Yes. When I was reading the first book, it was, I don't know why, but it was kind of giving me, what's the Netflix reality, or it's not reality, what's the Squid Games? I don't know why I'm thinking of Squid Games. I'm like, okay, he in this. These people don't know what they're saying. And then you had like your buddy who, you know, like you said, that was like your Chinese brother or whatever. I'm like, okay. So I don't know why it was kind of giving me Squid Games vibes, even though that's not what y'all was going through. But anyway, I could definitely see it being a movie.
You have a great narrating voice.
Yes.
As well. And at first I was like, is Chance really speaking Mandarin? Like, wait a minute, you know? So I will say kudos for, you know, the small amount that you did know got you by a little bit, you know? So that was interesting to hear, you know? I was like, okay, pick up a little 1, 2. I see you.
Voice
and isn't that the hardest language to learn, apparently?
What I hear English is
people say that. Well, because we grew up with English, that don't count. But they do say that, like, and I can see why, because we have so many different variations of words and meanings for the word. Yeah.
Mandarin, it is difficult. It's taboo in comparison to what we're used to. So I couldn't read or write it now.
Yeah, I'm used to A, B, C, not symbols. And
it's quiet with that, but as far as this, I can just remember how to say certain things. So that's just how I was learning.
Okay, that sounds good. So moving right along, what would you consider to be your biggest accomplishment as of right now?
I would definitely say 14 Days in Beijing, without a doubt. That's something that the first time I ever created something and put it out into the universe, and see the success that it had and continues to have it's powerful for sure. So I feel like a lot of, or at least now, we're getting to the creative side truly, and you know what I'm saying, making businesses and all of that. Our generation is, but way back in the day, it's like I feel like a lot of our people really didn't have anything that they had their name on that they created. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it was truly empowering. You know what I'm saying? You just take something, put your all into it, and it has success. Man, that's a high of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's yours forever, and it's out there forever. So
right.
That's true.
Love that.
And that's wonderful that you're able to share that experience for others to understand what you went through. Because 14 days in the jail, baby, I don't know if I could do one. Maybe an overnight. But 14,
come get me while I'm in holding. Please don't take me back to look.
Yeah, it was different, boy. And that was my first time ever being in that amount of trouble too. So it was like, damn,
that's crazy over the reason that it was.
So small.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the next part of this question that we're going to hop into is, what would you suggest creating short-term goals or long-term goals in order for you to stay motivated just throughout life, throughout, you know, whatever the case is? Do you suggest long-term, short-term? What's your thoughts on that?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, you know, the long-term goals, that's the real marathon right there. That's the longevity. It's going to be a minute before we get to that victory lap. But we can take steps towards getting closer to it. So that's why I feel like the short-term goals then come into play. Yes, and those are more of the races. It's a lot faster, you know what I'm saying, a lot more achievable. And you just continue to stack good on good. You're going to feel better about yourself, especially if you're actually doing right, putting good energy out into the universe. Good things going to come back to you. So, yeah, I feel like both of them.
I agree. I feel like sometimes when you set short-term goals, it's to set you up in order to accomplish your bigger goals. Because you can't, like they always say, you got to learn how to crawl before you walk, and before you jump. You know, so it's the same thing in life. When you start out with maybe a more achievable goal, then you can reach the goals that you have more long-term. That's how I look at it. So I agree that you can have both. Okay. Any thoughts on that, Kia?
I agree with both of you. I feel like sometimes we jump the gun when we're making our goals and we go straight to the long-term goals, but like, what are the steps you're going to take to get there? And so it's going to seem unachievable because you haven't created the smaller steps. But when you actually create those smaller steps, you're going to see like, okay, this is achievable because I'm actually working towards it. I'm not just saying, okay, I want $1 million, but I don't know how I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't create the steps of how I'm going to get it. So, yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Both
It's
is
really
very
just
important.
it's really just like creating a plan then. It's just, you got to go, but you just out here freestyling. And that can go 50-50.
Yeah, that's true.
I completely agree with that. All right. So, being that you are a male, we're going to kind of throw you into the male world right now. Do you have
Male world?
The male world? Do you have any advice for young men currently in society, like in our day and age? You know, maybe I want to say early, like 20s to 30s, in any way in that range. Do you have any advice for young men between that right now in society?
If I was just ask them, how well do they know themselves, first and foremost?
That's
Like, how well do you
deep.
know you? Because before you can have a plan of action, before you can have an opinion or anything, you got to know yourself first. So you can truly walk in your divinity and, you know what I'm saying, your righteousness. So just knowing thyself. If you don't know thyself, take time to learn yourself. If you are put on the facade, then you need to do some reevaluating, unlearning and relearning. So I would start with there, and then from then on, just finding out what you enjoy doing. What are you good at doing? Continue to build on that skill, because just build on that talent, because we all are blessed with talent. Great people think greatness is this esoteric, unlike godly ability that only the few among us will ever be able to experience. And we make the situation more complex than it is. First off, just knowing who you are and what you stand for. So with that being said, nothing goddamn knock you off your pivot. And then finding out what you're good at and learn how to make $1 off of it.
So would you?
Create your own.
You would say basically more so to take time to find your purpose. Like, what is your purpose in life?
Okay. Are you, with everything that you're doing right now? This is a general question to anybody listening. With everything that you're doing right now in this point in time, are you chasing a dream? Or are you fulfilling your purpose?
That's a good one.
And it ain't no answer. You just sit back and reflect on it.
And
that's good.
Right. As I feel like as you grow and learn through life, then it slowly gets revealed to you. It's not something that you learn right off the bat. Like, you know, the choices you make, like in your early 20s, I'm pretty sure as you get older in your late 20s and 30s, you're not going to make those same choices because you learn from that. So, you know, it goes back to taking those small steps to be, you know, to achieve where you are further down in life. I agree to that.
And just think on this question and quote the DeMarco Reddins: if you didn't have to work or go to school, what would you do?
Any thoughts?
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I know what I would do. Well, I don't want to say what I would do, but yeah, I mean, I like being in the creative space, so it's like that didn't need schooling and that didn't need, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I also feel like there's a lot of different like outside influences and like external factors, which is why you say, you know, finding your purpose in life, because you have so many different people that you may see being successful in what they feel is their purpose, but that don't mean just because they're successful that you can hop in their field and think you're going to get the same type of success. So I feel like it is, for some people, it is like multiple, like trial and error. Okay, let me try this. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this. That didn't work. And that's okay. And that goes back to what you're saying, like just finding your purpose. I just would hate to get to old age and still, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like while we're young, let's get to it. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Figure out what that is. So yeah. I can't hear. I'm like,
no, I was sipping for both of y'all. Cheers. Anyways, I agree with what both of y'all had to say. Very much agree. We're on the same page. You guys basically summed it up. But yes, I feel like sometimes we have this mindset, which we've kind of previously discussed this before, where, you know, you're so built and you go to school, you come out, you get a degree. It's almost like they don't tell you there's so much more opportunities out there for you. You can start a business, you could get into the content creating world. Like there's just so much more access that we have now. Not my light though.
I thought it was my light said. I'm like, oh, the filter went off.
No, the lighting, but it's fine. It's still bright in here. But yeah, so I feel like sometimes you just gotta take that time, like you say, you don't know what you want to do. I'm gonna put this light down. You don't know what you want to do at first, and gradually as you get older, I feel like you slowly step into that path. So that's just my little thoughts on that. All right. Did you guys have anything else to say before I hop into the extra?
No, but I hate that I cannot see myself because like I'm on the side where like the comments and stuff will pop up. So
all
it's
you have to do is tap the screen and the comments go down.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
See, I knew that when I'm on someone else's live, but I didn't know it works the same way. Mm-hmm.
All right. So y'all, we're gonna go ahead and hop into this part. So this is a little fun thing that we do with our guests, right? So, of course, I'm just going to give a little backstory. We did rebrand. We got all the way up to, I think, episode 29 and 30 on our previous podcast. So now we rebranded, via episode 1 under the name Live and Unfiltered. So, typically when we have this with our guests, we have a game. It's called the speed round game. So basically, Chance, you have 5 seconds to answer each question. And no, this is not like school. There's no really right or wrong answer. It's just kind of just see where you're at. You know what I mean? So I did ask you, you were asked, what are your 3 areas of interest? You said your 3 areas of interest was 1, working out, 2, traveling, 3, hanging out and spending time with family and friends. So these questions are based on those. So the first one, so a little icebreaker, travel. Iceland is famous for which lagoon? Just take a guess. It's pretty easy, to be honest with y'all.
Oh, well, speak for yourself.
It's pretty easy.
The Iceland Lagoon?
Yeah, the Iceland Lagoon is Iceland is famous. Oh my gosh.
I think I know.
Go ahead, Kia. What is it?
I don't know. Blue Lagoon?
Blue Lagoon is correct. That's what I said.
Like, that's the only lagoon
Look, I said Blue Lagoon in my head, but I was like, no,
that's why I seen it's Blue Lagoon.
Easy, but that's literally the only lagoon I know. And I know
and that's why I said it was easy. Okay. And the reason why it is famous is because it has healing effects on your skin. That's something that people have actually taken the time to research. So I thought that was like a little fun fact about something with travel. So we're gonna move right along. Workout. You say that you love to work out. So name 3 things exercise does to help with mental health. It could be any 3.
Jesus, that's deep.
Relieve stress.
Uh-huh.
Of course, you look good, you're going to feel good.
Uh-huh.
And builds testosterone for men. I don't know about women.
All right. So that's pretty good. What about you, Kia? You have any thoughts on that?
I don't know. Maybe increase endorphin levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Well, I ain't finna say all 3, honey. I don't know. Make sure, like you said, just builds your confidence because you just like you said, when you look good, you feel better. 3 things exercise actually help to improve with mental health is 1, it reduces anxiety, of course. Yeah.
2, it reduces depression, and 3,
I was gonna mention depression. Yeah.
And 3, it improves your self-esteem, which is true. Just exactly what Chance said. Sometimes when you go, you work out, when you step out the gym, it's like, oh, you just felt like you did something. You know what I mean? Like, you just feel like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. Like, feel
that first,
this progress.
Look, when you go back to work out for the first time and you think, oh, I can see the results already.
Right, immediately.
The delusion is crazy.
That's me. I'm like, wow, I don't need to go back after that.
I did what? How many squats? Okay, look, crazy. Crazy Delulu. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, and the last questions that we have to sum this part of the game up is, okay, this part is focusing on friends. It says, just to hear your thoughts, if you and your friends go on a trip and you were the one to invite them, okay, are you splitting the Uber rides, the bills, the Airbnbs? Why or why not?
Ironically, me and a bunch of partners just went to Colombia a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
So we went in, of course, we all went in on Airbnb.
Right.
We all bought our own separate flights, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a bunch of, what they call them? What's the little boxes in the hotels? They got, the mini bar. They had a mini bar, but it was a big fridge. I'm talking about everything in there. So we going crazy on the mini bar. We ran that tab up about $1,400, but we all went in on that as well.
Right.
Okay.
So it's just like, I don't know, it just really depends on the group of people you with. If it's people
that's true.
I mean, but at the same time, I was with a couple folks from college. I was also with my other partners, folks from his hometown. Right. So it's like, it was just crazy we got, everybody is familiar on both sides. But it's like, now,
right.
See how we
Do you have any thoughts on that, Kia?
I was just gonna say, you never know. You could like be with a baller, you know, some friends, you know, they might be like, oh, I got, you know, and then especially when you get to drinking, you know, it's like, all right, everybody drinks some. But no, typically, I think it just depends on, like you said, the group of friends you're with and everybody's budget. Like if it's more feasible for people to split certain things, cool. Now, if it's a lot of small, tiny costs and people want to be like, okay, I'll get this time, you get it next time, like travel or whatever, transportation, then I don't know. It just depends on what works for you and the friend group. Like I said, if you're with a rich friend group, like I'm pretty sure some people might be like, listen, I got, you know, the bill at this restaurant and somebody else can catch the bill at the next one. I don't know. I ain't came across that friend group yet, but you know, they out there.
Okay, so I agree. I was gonna say, I just kind of wanted to hear your perspective because I know sometimes, like when it comes to female and male, like females are independent too, but you know how sometimes male just feel, you know, they have to be a little bit more assertive. So that's I just kind of wanted to hear your opinion on it. But on that, Jesus. But for me, I feel like it depends on the group of friends you're with for real. You know, if you now, like Kia said, if you're on a baller status, and you say, all right, I'm inviting you, you take care of everything, you take care of, you know, those
right,
things. Right. Flight, your own meals, you know, things like that. It's expected. But sometimes you have situations where you go on a trip and it's like every man for himself, and then you know the vibes are off, the vibes are awkward, you know, or there's no communication, or someone feels, you know, it's just kind of like that question where they're like, if your friend had $200 something, would you, you know, let him come on the trip? First of all, you know, I'm gonna give you a budget. I'm gonna give you a budget and say, okay, this is what we're projected to spend. You don't have to spend that, but at least you have in the back of your mind, like, okay, this is what I'm individually, you know, responsible for. So you're not going on a trip feeling out of place, or you're not going on a trip expecting someone to sugar mama you. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it. I'm just saying. I just feel like it just depends on the group of friends you're with. It depends on the environment like you're in. If you're in a state or a country that's more expensive, then, you know, of course you might have to, you know, divvy things up differently. So I just kind of wanted to hear your thoughts and opinion on that. So I think we had pretty good opinions where that's concerned. All right. So y'all, as you know, we've now come to an end. So we're going to kind of turn things over to Chance and let him kind of touch a little bit more on anything that he would like to, you know, have you guys know about. That, for example, that could be where you can find his book, and you guys can follow him as well. And, you know, just if you have any questions, or, you know, like you said, if you want to connect, of course, he is there. His information, of course, will be here in the live, and every live that is being recorded will be also on our page live and Unfiltered. So this live will be there if you want to catch the replay on that. So go ahead, Chance, and kind of sum that up for us.
Yeah, man. So all my books are available on Amazon. You can click the link in my bio, find access to all of them, as well as my website, korlehjpublications.llc.com. Link is in the bio, so go to my link tree. You'll find everything you need to find there. Any aspiring authors out there interested in writing and publishing a book, tap in with your boy. I can help you do that for sure.
You know, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, I'm on everything at korlehj. At korlehj, KORLEHJ.
You want to type that? You want to type that in the chat?
It's right here.
Well, I don't see it on my end.
Oh,
I just see, I just see who's coming in. So I'm like, because I'm like at the top and y'all are at the bottom. So I just see.
Oh, word.
So let me see if I could
rearrange it.
Right, I think she accidentally left. Right, let me see how I can because I'm pretty sure you could pin this comment, can't you?
Well, I just left it.
Yeah, I pinned a comment so they know. So yeah, I don't know why this thing keep like filter changing. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn off the Instagram filter. I don't know how this filter got on here, but there's that. Well, thank you so much for joining, Chance. I don't know what happened to Kill. Well, thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. And of course, everyone that's coming in, the replay will be on our page, which is live and Unfiltered. We do have an Instagram page, y'all, so the replay will be on there. If you guys want to leave a comment or even respond to any of these questions, we'll very much appreciate that. Thank y'all so much, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy life and day to spend with us. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate y'all, man. I just want to leave everybody with this quote before we get up out of here. It's from Nipsey Hussle, and it goes, it's a little lengthy, so it goes long-winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling, but setting every goal high. Every 1,000 burpees to my path of self-destruction or success. But what is a mistake without the lesson? You see, every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. And none of us know who we are until we fail. They say every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. So who would you want to define you?